will show you a little bit from the portal video how I did it and how I did the post-production. So this is the Premiere project. I use Premiere CC 2014, the latest version. I filmed this with a Canon C100 with I think a 17 to 55 Canon lens with f2.8. I'll show you a little example how I graded it. After a while later, we are into the grading. We are in Speedgrade. Okay, and I've made a few presets down here, and as you see, as I hover with the mouse over the presets, you see the different styles or modifications I did for the different scenes, because they're all a bit different in lighting. So I corrected them and then did the grading. So normally I do the first primary I do is the color correction. So this is the footage as it comes from the camera, and then I corrected a bit. This is greenish, the greenish tone. Turned up the gain in the overall section. Then corrected the gain color to be a little bit more neutral, more in the so it's more centered. The vector scope is more centered. Distribution of the colors. I corrected the gamma a little bit towards blue, and as I said, the gain color a little bit into blue too. So with the shadows I've done nothing. With the midtones I've done also nothing, and the highlights there is also nothing corrected. So that's the basic correction. And yeah, and the final saturation. I turned up the final saturation a bit. Okay, and the second primary is just a mask and a vignetting. So here is the vignetting mask, and it's just pulled down the gain, lowered the gain on the edges, so I have a little vignetting effect. I used a Valimax 4 tube light panel, light bank, which is similar to kind of KinoFlow, but it produces a very nice light, a very nice soft light. Although a little bit a nuance greenish, too greenish to my taste. But this greenish tone here is the typical greenish tone like color what you get from the Canon C-Log. The third primary correction I've done is actually the grading itself. I turned the contrasts down in the midtones and turned it into way up to orange, and also I turned down the input saturation, so you don't have much original, not that much original color, skin tone color in it, and I define the color while I turn the gamma in the color I like. And through the lower contrast, it produces a more comic-like, flatter brightness distribution over the face than the original corrected image, which is a bit more realistic and contrasty. In the overall section, I just turned up the gain a bit more, even more, And the shadows, I turned the shadow offset a little bit down, but not too much. I don't want to clip blacks, to crush blacks. So I wanted structure in blacks, still structure in black. So you see it's above 0, and no blacks are crushed here. And the gamma has fairly heavy blue in it, so I got this kind of orange and teal, or teal and orange look, but in a little different way. And yeah, turn down the highlights a bit so I don't run into problems with clipped highlights. I don't like clipped highlights too much, at least not for this kind of little movie. This is the scene, and I actually graded every scene pretty similar, more or less. Okay, let's go into Premiere, back into Premiere. So this is the final grading, and my workflow is like this, that I cut it together and then I rendered out the jumped to the start and the beginning and the end of the clip, -1 frame, and then exported all old clip ranges to PNG images, which gave me the freedom to work with still images, which is way more comfortable, or way more faster than work with some kind of movie format, compressed movie format, or I don't know. I wanted uncompressed, or at least not lossy compressed format to work with my special effects on. And yeah, and after I've done the effects for a particular scene, I imported a TJA sequence because they are fast to edit. So Premiere can play back the TJA sequence, the TJA imported TJA still images in real time without a problem, and so that's why I chose TJA sequence. After I imported the TJA sequence, I put the grading over the TJA sequence in Speedgrade. Okay, and now I will show you a little bit how I've done the compositing. I used Fusion 7. It's the free version from Blackmagic. There's also a studio version. So this is the final compositing shot. This node is the last merger before the saver saves the compositing, and it all starts with the particles. So here is the particle generator, which generates emits the particles, and this is the range, the color range, the life color range, which the particle changes during life. And I used a circular emitter, which I opened because it behaves different if you close, if the circle is closed or opened. So you have to open it if you want to emit the particles and look like this. And all the particles are emitted to the center, in which is the force. The
force pulls all the particles towards it. So I place the force in the center, and all particles are moving towards the center. And then there is the particle renderer, and with the different settings how the particles are rendered. Here you see the single particles, and with the particle blur or the blur blend, you define the kind of the size of the particles, or how they behave, how they blob together, and create this kind of a blobby thing. And then there is me as a background for the portal. This is what is seen by the portal when you look into the portal. So the portal acts like kind of a camera, and yeah, then that's the background is placed. It's not a sequence. It's just a single image with a dent effect on it that dents that bends a little bit of the background, and then it is merged together with the portal entrance, and then merged together with the hand, and the hand is filmed on green screen with me again, and with the help of some garbage mats and effect mats, I fine-tuned the compositing mask, and I had some green spill, or it's a reflection of the green screen, the green cloth on the grip from the refrigerator, so I had to mask out manually this reflection, and with a color node I suppressed the green, and this way I got rid of that reflection, that green reflection in the hand grip. So these are some of the masks which adds together, and this is the final compositing for the hand. And then I've zoomed in a little bit, put on a shake effect on the center and on the rotation angle, which gave me a little camera shake, handheld camera shake to the image. And the final compositing, the final merger merges a mask effect, a glow over the portal, and masks out the hand so that the hand is not glowing. Okay, and that's the final compositing in Blackmagic's Fusion. And I hope you enjoyed my little special effect workflow. Thanks for watching.